In this episode, we're going to do a little mailbag. Actually, it's not that little, but let's get inside. Howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. So I have been crazy busy, focused solely 100% on my backdrop, my fascia, all that stuff, and I am taking my time with it because to me, that is the icing on the cake, right? The rest of the framework and whatnot for this, I'm not making fine furniture with that, but this part of it, this makes, in my opinion, makes or breaks the layout, right? If you've got fascia and stuff that just doesn't look good or doesn't help to hide the undesirable to be looked at and focus you on the desirable, what you want your people to look at and see, you kind of miss the mark there. So I'm spending a lot of time on that. That being said, I have gotten a number of things in during this time, and I have not had a chance to do a mailbag. I can't remember when my last mailbag was, but I want to share with you a couple of things because I got some cool stuff. So let's see what we got here right off the bat. So first and foremost, I got one of these industrial loaders. Hopefully you can see that there. This is a die-cast model kit from I think it's, what is it, GHQ makes this. It's called a Roadmaster. So this is going to be for my lumber yard over here on the main peninsula. So excited to have that. One other thing, hopefully you can see it in the background. Actually, you can see some of the backdrop has gone up there along with some of the fascia behind me here. So but I've got a whole nother series of videos for that because I'm recording every step of the way. I intend on getting the whole thing done and then giving you guys either one or two, depending on how long that ends up being, videos over that process. Couple of the things I picked up. I picked up this really cool car. This is a Bachmann. It had the Bachmann couplers on it. I need to change those out. It's very nicely weighted. I really like this one. This is going to be perfect for my freight transfer facility that's over here in North Junction. If you've been watching my videos, you know I have an L&N interchange. I have a Norfolk and Western interchange, and I also have a Atlantic Coastline interchange. So was trying to, now that I've gotten a new locomotive for the L&N, I'm starting to think about L&N cars and things like that. So I went out and picked up a couple of these cement hoppers in the L&N paint scheme. So they'll be great for moving in and out of the cement plant that's over here at North Junction. So looking forward to that. In addition, on that same vein, I picked up, this is a Bluford Shops transfer caboose. This was an absolute steal on eBay, and I grabbed it the moment it popped up. I wasn't really looking for one, but this now gives me a standard cupola style caboose and then a transfer caboose. So, because most of the trains coming in on the Norfolk and Western interchange are only going to be 5 or 6 cars. Sometimes they may be running in reverse, and so I thought that just made sense, right? Couple other things, a couple other cars here. So I got 4 more cars. So this is kind of a twofer. A guy was selling a couple of these E&C shops, rail box cars. So I have an affinity, excuse me. Sorry about that. Pollen's in the air. And my allergy medicine hadn't kicked in yet. I've got an affinity for the railbox cars because, one, they're yellow. Yellow's my favorite color. 2, growing up down in Hickson, Tennessee, I remember seeing the railbox cars, you know, trains and trains of them. And sometimes the train had nothing but, or the majority, if not all, railbox cars. So I've got a plethora of these now, but I had to have 2 more, right? So one of these was almost 100% built. The other one is still somewhat in a kit form or mostly kit form. So I need to do those. So I'm looking forward to getting those up on the layout. 2 other cars that I've picked up recently. This is another railbox style of car. So here, this is an Athearn blue box, right? So this is a rail box style, but it's one that has been not lettered, okay? Well, that almost came out of the box. Has not been lettered. And the reason I've got this is because I'm starting to think in terms of, hey, do I want to have cars and or a locomotive with the Chattanooga Southern paint scheme, right? And since I like yellow, I said, you know what, this will be a good start to this for that. So this, I think, is going to eventually become, once I figure out how to do my own decals and numbering and all that stuff, I think I'm going to turn this into a Chattanooga Southern boxcar. Because boxcars are my prevalent mode of freight moving on my layout. And of course, naturally, how could you watch one of my mailbags and watch me not point out a brand new bay window caboose? So this is an old Walthers kit, and it's totally encased. Oops. So you get to see me do an opening of this. Unopening, whatever. Apparently I've either had too much coffee or not enough, so bear with me. And you can see this. Wow, he packed this one full of peanuts, which is great. But you can see this one. I'm not gonna do it tilt it too much, but number 275. So I thought that was gonna go really, really well with my fleet. And no, I don't. I have now lost track of how many cabooses I have now. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. Another thing. This kit behind me, this just arrived yesterday. This is the Arrowhead Ale House. It's going to go right there. I'm going to have to do some modification to it. It's about a ½ inch too deep to fit there. So looking forward to doing some kit modification to that. Not so much kit bashing, but I'm just kind of reducing it in depth so that it fits right there for I have both a Glassworks plant and a cardboard box plant. That's the cardboard box plant. So, okay, only got 3 more things. 2 are kind of a combined thing. So I've been starting to think about lighting on the layout. When I'm not talking about lighting, I'm not talking about the general lighting over the layout. I've got my own thing going on that. This is like, lights around the layout. And one of the places that definitely I'm going to want lighting for night operations is the yards. So a couple things I picked up here. Let me see if I can get these out of here. Is I went out to We Honest and picked up some of their yard lights. Actually, they are yard lights, but these are, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. I'm going to hold my hand up in front of it. These are going to be used at my passenger station, which is right over here in North. So I think I got a package of looks like 5 of these. So I'm going to be using a few of these here at North. And then I also have, I had already picked up some other lights from We Honest, and I do not know where I stuffed them at this point. I've moved a bunch of stuff around here lately, trying to get ready for backdrops. But then I've got also, I picked up some of these Woodland Scenics. I know Tim over at Seaboard Central uses these quite a bit on his layout, so I thought I'd give them a try. They do have the ability to go either as standard lampposts or extremely high for the yard purposes. So if you remember, I've got a yard down in Sugar Alley there. So I'm going to put 3 of these down there. And then the other 3 are going to go up here in the hedge yard on the older trackage, right? Sorry, on the newer trackage, the 2 new tracks that are coming in. And that'll make more sense down the pike. But in addition to that, I've got some We Honest yard lampposts to be able to go over there in the older portion. So they're the old steel things. Sorry, I don't have them in front of me to show you. Actually, that might be what's in this package here. Oh, yes. Yes, I was smart enough to get these out. Okay, so let me show you one of these. And I thought these were really going to be apropos for my layout. If I can get, you know, they are not coming apart easily. Bear with me for a second. I'll get one of these out so you can see it. So this is kind of cool. Put my hand up in front of it. So it's got 2 lamp posts, so I can put this in between 2 tracks and it would light both tracks up. And you'll see it's got an access ladder to it, which is good. They are nice and small as far as detail. They actually look like they are scale. They got LED bulbs in them. I haven't powered them up to see exactly what color they are. Hopefully they're more in the incandescent color range and not bright white. I think they are. I bought these some time ago, but I got 5 of these. 4 of these to go in the old section of the hedge yard. So excited about that as well. Let's see what else. You don't want to watch me repackage stuff up. The other thing I did for lighting is I started thinking about downtown South Chattanooga. And I've got a main drag up through there with 2 side streets coming off of it. And so that gives me essentially 2 intersections there for traffic. And so I also went out to We Honest and picked up some of their traffic lights here. And I'm going to open up one of these. And I really like this style of arm because I remember seeing this living in this style, particularly if you were driving around downtown Chattanooga, you saw this style of traffic light hanging out. So, you know, there's the base of it, right? I'll hold it right where it would be sitting base-wise, but you can see that would hang out over top of the roadway, the lane that you're trying to signal. And so I got 6 of these total. Yeah, 6 of these for my 2 intersections, because there are 2 basically. There's one intersection that's a 4-way, and the other intersection that's a two-way intersection. So looking forward to getting those up and running. Other than that, not much else. Like I said, I have been solely focused on the backdrop as of late. I almost forgot. One of the things I did pick up in my eBay perusing was this 100th anniversary pint glass for the Chattanooga Choo Choo. I saw this and I remember these coming out, and I always wish I had gotten one, and there was one came up and the price was right. I think it was like $10. I said, yeah, I'm getting it. So this is another good find. Be nice to have a cold drink in that. Probably a margarita or something like that. So nice size for a margarita, don't you think? All right, there you are. You're caught up on the mailbag stuff. So I'm going to jump back and continue to work on this backdrop and put my energy towards that. One of the things that I have realized is that I had gotten myself into a bind where I had so many projects started that I wasn't finishing any of them, right? And that was starting to upset me personally. And so I said, you know what? What's the biggest one? Eat my frog, so to speak. So I said, you know what? Getting that backdrop and the fascia done, that's going to feel like a huge win to me. So, and it will open the door up for me doing a lot of other things. One of the other things I have been working on when I haven't been able to cut wood outside when it's raining is getting my LCC wiring bus installed. It's pretty well in at this point. I haven't made the final connection back to the power source yet, but I think it's in perfect timing for doing these lightings and things like that. So as always, thank you everybody for subscribing and for the likes and the comments. Really enjoy hearing what you're working on, how I've inspired you, ideas on what I'm doing or tweaks that I could consider doing on my layout. And please keep those coming. And as always, hope you're enjoying your model trains, and we'll see you all on down the tracks. Bye. Well, check out some of these others on the screen. Don't worry, I'll wait. Enjoy.